Most Hyundai owners will keep their car for years and never once see the hidden menu sitting right behind the instrument cluster. This isn't some aftermarket hack or a forum myth. It's built into the car by Hyundai's own engineers, and it controls everything from tire pressure calibration to how long your headlights stay on after you lock the doors and walk away. Dealerships rarely walk new owners through it at delivery because there simply isn't time, and the owner's manual buries most of it dozens of pages past the section anyone actually reads. There really are more than 20 of these functions hiding in a typical modern Hyundai, tucked between the instrument cluster, the infotainment settings, and a handful of button combinations nobody thinks to try. Here's every one of them, starting with the one that unlocks almost everything else on this list. None of what follows requires a subscription, a software update, or a single dollar spent at the parts counter. Every function here is already sitting inside the car you own, waiting for someone to actually go looking for it. Function number 1. The hidden diagnostic cluster menu. Most owners assume the only way to check tire pressure history or stored fault codes is a trip to the service department. The problem is, Hyundai built a full diagnostic screen directly into the instrument cluster, accessed by holding the trip odometer reset button while turning the ignition on, and keeping it held until the display cycles into a hidden set of screens. Skip that step, and you're stuck guessing at information sitting right in front of you. Once inside, you can scroll through individual tire pressures, self-test results, and lifetime averages most owners never see, along with a rough log of stored fault codes that would otherwise mean plugging in a scan tool. It's the gateway into almost everything else on this list. Function number 2. Auto lock and auto unlock speed thresholds. Every time you pull away from a curb, the doors may lock themselves at a speed that feels either too early or not at all, and most drivers assume that's fixed with no way to change it. The truth is, these thresholds live inside the vehicle settings menu under door and lock and can be adjusted or switched off completely. Leave the factory default alone and you might find doors locking mid-parking lot maneuver. The fix takes 30 seconds. Open settings, find vehicle, then door/lock, and toggle the behavior to match how you actually drive. Some trims also let you choose whether unlocking releases all doors at once or just the driver's door first, which is worth deciding for yourself rather than living with the factory default. Function number 3. Vehicle-to-load power mode. If you drive one of Hyundai's electrified models, there's a feature that turns the car into a portable generator, and most owners never plug anything into it. Vehicle-to-load, or V2L, isn't something a dealer walks you through unless you specifically ask, so it sits unused for the life of the car. Without it, you're running a separate gas generator for a job your Hyundai can already do quietly. The fix is an adapter for the charging port, or on some models, a cabin outlet, letting you run anything from a laptop to a mini fridge off the battery, whether you're parked in a driveway or 3 states from the nearest wall outlet. Function number 4. Remote Smart Parking Assist. Pulling into a tight spot with barely enough room to open your door is something most drivers just accept. The problem is, several Hyundai models include Remote Smart Parking Assist, and it's rarely demonstrated at delivery because it takes an extra minute to show. Without knowing it exists, you lose the ability to step out of the car and use the key fob to have it pull itself into or out of a spot with nobody inside. The fix is checking whether your trim includes it, then holding the designated fob buttons while watching that the path stays clear. A strange thing to see the first time and a genuine time saver in tight garages or crowded lots. Function number 5. Digital key sharing through BlueLink. Handing your car off to a friend or valet usually means giving up your only physical key or driving it there yourself. Most owners don't realize Hyundai's BlueLink app supports a digital key that can be shared directly to another phone with its own permissions and time limits. Without this, you're stuck coordinating physical handoffs or giving someone unrestricted access indefinitely. The fix lives inside the BlueLink app under digital key sharing, where you can send a temporary key and revoke it remotely the moment you don't need it shared anymore, with some versions even letting you limit the shared key to specific hours of the day. Function number 6. Driver Profile Memory Presets. When more than one person drives the same Hyundai, the seat, mirrors, and wheel position get shuffled around every time someone else takes a turn. Most people just readjust everything manually and assume that's the cost of sharing a car. Memory-equipped models can actually store multiple driver profiles tied to individual key fobs. and dealerships rarely set up more than one during delivery. The fix is heading into seat memory settings, saving a profile to each fob, and letting the car shift positions automatically the moment it recognizes which key walked up to it, saving a few minutes every day without you ever noticing it's working. Function number 7. Customizable chime and alert sensitivity. Lane keep assist chiming at every faded line, or a seatbelt reminder blaring louder than you'd like on a short drive, feels fixed at the factory setting to most drivers. The problem is, a good portion of Hyundai's warning chimes and sensitivity levels are actually configurable through the driver assistance settings menu, and almost nobody digs into it. Left alone, alerts range from mildly annoying to genuinely distracting. The fix is opening driver assistance or sound settings and adjusting sensitivity and chime volume individually until the car feels like it's helping instead of nagging. Some models even let you set different volume levels for different alert types, so a parking sensor chime can stay quiet while a forward collision warning stays loud enough to actually get your attention. Function number 8. Auto hold and regenerative braking. Paddle control. Sitting in stop-and-go traffic with your foot pressed on the brake for minutes at a time is something most drivers just tolerate. Auto hold, which locks the brakes automatically at a stop until you touch the accelerator again, is often left off from the factory and never mentioned at delivery. On hybrid and electric models, paddle shifters don't shift gears at all, but adjust how aggressively the car slows itself when you lift off the accelerator. The fix is finding the auto hold button near the parking brake and testing the paddles, which together turn traffic into something closer to one-pedal driving. And once you've tried holding a paddle down on a long downhill, going back to a car without it feels like a genuine step backward. Function number 9. Rear wiper activation, tied to reverse gear. Shifting into reverse in the rain with a misted-over rear window is something almost every Hyundai owner has lived through, usually while craning their neck and hoping for the best. On models with this feature, the rear wiper is designed to activate automatically the moment you shift into reverse, while the front wipers are already running. Some owners assume the rear wiper is broken when it doesn't run constantly, when it's only built to trigger in reverse. The fix is simply testing it. Wipers on, shift to reverse, and watch the glass clear itself, which is exactly the kind of detail that separates a car engineered with real-world driving in mind from one that just checks a features list. Function number 10. Headlight delay after locking the doors. Walking to your front door on a pitch-dark night, with the car already locked behind you, leaves the path ahead completely unlit for most owners. Many Hyundai models include a headlight delay function that keeps exterior lights on for a set number of seconds after you lock up and walk away, buried in the same lighting settings menu as daytime running lights and auto high beams. Without knowing it's adjustable, some owners find the default timing too short. The fix is opening lighting settings, finding the escort or delay function, and adjusting how many seconds the lights stay lit. A genuinely useful safety touch most people walk past for years without realizing their own car was designed to look out for them. Function number 11. Adjustable drive mode, throttle response. Merging onto a highway on-ramp and crawling through a parking lot call for two very different amounts of throttle sensitivity. Yet most drivers leave the car in whichever drive mode it defaults to. The throttle mapping and steering weight tied to normal, eco, and sport modes aren't always locked to the factory calibration. The option to fine-tune them often sits a layer deeper in the settings. Left on default, sport can feel too aggressive for daily traffic, or eco too sluggish for merging. The fix is exploring the drive mode customization screen and nudging sensitivity toward how you actually drive. Once you've found a setting that matches your commute, switching modes stops feeling like gambling on which personality the car will show up with that morning. Function number 12. Interior ambient lighting customization. Getting into the cabin at night and seeing just a single dim glow is all most owners ever notice about ambient lighting. Higher trims with ambient lighting packages usually let you choose the color, adjust brightness, and in some cases sync lighting to the selected drive mode, none of which gets mentioned because it's treated as a cosmetic afterthought. Without knowing this, owners either live with a color they don't love or assume the feature is more limited than it is. The fix is opening the interior lighting menu and cycling through colors and intensity until the cabin feels like yours. On some trims, you can even set the lighting to shift color based on which drive mode is active, a small detail that quietly reinforces which mode you're actually in. Function number 13. Digital cluster display style, toggle. Most owners glance at whichever gauge layout greeted them on day one and never touch it again. On models with a configurable digital instrument cluster, a button on the steering wheel, usually labeled mode or trip, cycles through several different display styles, from a classic dual-dial layout to a simplified minimal view or a map-centered layout tied to navigation. Without knowing that button does this, owners miss layouts that can genuinely be easier to read at a glance. The fix is holding or repeatedly pressing that steering wheel button while parked to see every style your cluster actually offers, and picking whichever one is genuinely easiest to read at a glance, rather than settling for the one that happened to be on screen at delivery. Function number 14. Head-up display position and brightness. On trims equipped with a head-up display, most owners leave it wherever it was set at delivery, sometimes positioned a little too high or too dim to read clearly in daylight. Problem is, the projection height, content shown, and brightness are all adjustable through the display settings menu, and a dealership walkthrough rarely spends more than a few seconds on it. Left untouched, the display can feel more like a distraction than a convenience. The fix is opening the head-up display settings, adjusting the projection height while seated in your normal driving position, and turning up brightness for daytime visibility, which turns a display that feels like an afterthought into one that's actually worth glancing at. Function number 15. Blind spot view monitor camera feed. Checking a blind spot the old-fashioned way by turning your head is still what most drivers do out of habit, even when their Hyundai has a camera system built for exactly this. On equipped models, signaling a turn triggers a live camera feed of that side of the car directly inside the instrument cluster, and it's easy to miss entirely if you're not looking at the cluster the moment you signal. The fix is simply paying attention to the cluster the next time you use a turn signal on the highway, where the live feed appears automatically without needing to be turned on, giving you a clear view of exactly what your mirror can't show. Function number 16. Wireless charging pad. Notification toggle. A soft chime or light every time a phone connects to the wireless charging pad is a small thing, but it's one more sound most owners never think to adjust. On models with this feature, the notification tone and indicator light tied to the charging pad can usually be turned off independently of every other cabin sound. Left on default, it's a minor but constant reminder every time a phone is set down or picked up. The fix is checking the charging pad or connectivity settings menu, where the notification can be silenced without affecting any other alert in the car, which matters more than it sounds like on a late-night drive with a sleeping passenger in the seat next to you. Function number 17. Utility mode for camping and accessory power. Camping with a cooler, string lights, and a phone charger usually means running a separate battery pack or a noisy portable generator. Several larger Hyundai SUVs include a utility mode that lets the engine cycle on and off automatically to keep the battery charged while powering household-style outlets inside the cabin, and it's rarely mentioned outside the accessories section of the manual. Without knowing it exists, owners bring extra gear for a job the vehicle can already do. The fix is checking whether your trim has cabin power outlets and activating utility mode through the vehicle settings menu before your next trip, turning the vehicle itself into the only power source the trip actually needs. Function number 18. Lane following assist. Steering intervention level. Highway driving with lane centering can feel like the steering wheel is fighting you, or barely doing anything at all, depending on the car and the driver. Most owners assume the strength of that steering assistance is fixed. On models with lane following assist bundled into smart cruise control, the intervention level is often adjustable between a lighter nudge and a firmer centering feel through the driver assistance settings. Left on default, it can feel mismatched to your steering style. The fix is testing both intervention levels on a familiar stretch of highway and keeping whichever one feels less like a fight, since the setting exists specifically so you don't have to tolerate the one you were handed by default. Function number 19. Automatic high beam. Sensitivity adjustment. High beams that switch off too late for oncoming traffic or flip back on a beat too early is something most drivers just live with rather than adjust. The sensitivity of automatic high beam assist, which controls how it reacts to oncoming headlights and ambient light levels, can usually be tuned in the lighting or driver assistance settings rather than left at the factory default. Without adjusting it, the system can feel either too cautious or genuinely annoying to oncoming drivers. The fix is opening the high beam assist settings and testing a different sensitivity level on the next night drive, striking a balance between actually using the feature and not blinding every car coming the other way. Function number 20. Interior air, purifier and ionizer toggle. A faint smell in the cabin after a long drive with the windows up is something most owners just crack a window to deal with. Certain trims include an air purification or ionizer function tied to the climate system, designed to run quietly in the background and improve cabin air quality, and it's easy to go an entire ownership without realizing it's there. The fix is checking the climate settings menu for an air purification or ionizer toggle and switching it on. Proof that even the air you're breathing in this car had more thought put into it than the dealership ever mentioned. Function number 21. Rear occupant alert, sensitivity. Grabbing groceries or a bag from the back seat and forgetting something small enough to overlook is exactly the scenario Rear Occupant Alert was built for, using ultrasonic sensors to detect movement in the back seat after you've locked up and walked away. Most owners know the alert exists, but assume it works the same way on every trim, when in reality the sensitivity and the way it notifies you through the horn, the BlueLink app, or both can vary and sometimes be adjusted through the vehicle settings menu. Without checking, you may be relying on a weaker version of the system than your car actually supports. The fix is opening the safety settings menu, confirming exactly how your rear occupant alert is configured to notify you, and adjusting it if a stronger option is available. Function number 22. Driver attention. Warning sensitivity. Long highway stretches have a way of dulling focus without a driver ever noticing it happening in the moment. Driver attention. Warning monitors steering inputs and driving patterns to flag possible drowsiness or distraction, but most owners never realize the sensitivity of that monitoring can be adjusted through the driver assistance settings menu, usually alongside the other alert customization options. Left at a default that doesn't match your driving style, the warning can trigger too rarely to be useful or too often to be taken seriously. The fix is opening driver assistance settings, locating the attention warning sensitivity option, and setting it to a level that actually earns your attention when it goes off instead of blending into background noise. A fitting note to end on, since a car this quietly capable deserves a driver who's actually paying attention to it. The bottom line: none of these functions require a service appointment, a subscription, or a trip to the dealership's parts counter. They're already paid for, already installed, and already sitting in the settings menu or behind a button combination most owners never try. Spend 20 minutes going through your own Hyundai's settings this week, and there's a real chance you'll find every single one of these on your own car. Start with the instrument cluster trick. Move into the vehicle settings menu, and just keep tapping into submenus you've never opened before. That's really all it takes to find what's on this list. The car you're driving right now is probably more capable than the one you think you own. You just haven't met all of it yet.